Alright, so I'm here with another layout. The yellow cardstock is basil. The is pollen cardstock. The Jeep pattern is Simple Stories K and Ash called Good Vibes. And so I didn't know where else I was going to use this Jeep pattern, so it worked out perfectly because I can use it as these pictures are of the boxes in the house I was renting. The house I was renting. Those are the boxes in the process of packing and that sort of stuff. So it's kind of a crowded mess in there because of all the boxes in the way. It drove me nuts. I had to live around boxes for about a month and a half because it was May and then 2 weeks in June. So, but I could tell you the story on the process of renting and spent 15 hours cleaning the rental so I could get my deposit back. And yeah, well, it's funny how you learn it. And my dad even told me, he told me, he goes, the way she is, he goes, she's going to try to keep your deposit. And guess what? She gave me 60% of my deposit back. Out of 895, she gave me 624 maybe. Yeah, she was a horrible person. I could go on and on about that one. Yeah, I fought with her and she wrote some pretty degrading and nasty things. And I'm like, I was being nice and you're going to treat me like that? Yeah, my dad warned me about her and he was dead on. Dead on. Yeah, I'm still very bitter. I need to just be like, whatever. Because the house sits on a sinkhole. I know it does. Why else would screws be pushing through the ceilings in the dining room, in my scrapbook room, and the guest bedroom? I didn't notice anything in my master. Cracks. There was a crack above the master door frame to the ceiling. I heard a loud crash, and upon moving, never did know what that crash was. So upon moving, I went in the attic to retrieve some stuff, and the particle board that was screwed to the ceiling, I guess, rafters, actually the screws pulled loose. So you tell me that house ain't twisting and shifting. And there were stair-step cracks on the exterior of the house in some places. And there was, because they never told me when I signed my lease contract that a sinkhole actually opened up in the front yard, and people that rented before me filled it in with rocks. The neighbor, who was very nice, came over and introduced herself and told me about it, and then dips right behind the house, close to the house, right behind the house started to form, and there was like the people before me, I guess, made their own little fire pit using stones, and they're actually dirt. You could stick a stick down in it, and nothing was done. When she found out, told her that weeds were all over in the yard, and she told me how, oh, here, this is how we do my yard to keep our grass nice. And then when she got my 30-day notice that I was moving out, she's like, oh, well, now that I gotta find renters, now I gotta find new tenants. Yeah, the law concerns me. And so when I contacted the Department of Agriculture because of what she was doing, I told them about this income. Now she's selling the house. That's all these years she rented, and now she's selling that house. Yeah. I did put a thing on Facebook, buyer beware, please have this house inspected for sinkholes before you purchase. That's why I started looking for a house, because I was in my head, I had a hard time sleeping, or would worry constantly that the house is going to go in a sinkhole, I'm going to lose everything. It would have been horrible. It didn't. Because this woman didn't want to pay to do anything, to fix anything. I lived with mold in the garage and up in, and who knows, probably in the wall. I don't know, because the roof leaked for months and before she fixed it, and she lied and said, oh no, I fixed everything in 3 days. Oh yeah, and this is, and so I sent pictures of the ceiling and said, yeah, and that's why I lived with this hole in the garage filled with mold. You can see the mold for 4 years, because it happened after I moved in there. Probably a year, maybe a year after I moved in there. Yeah, I was there a year in it. But anyway, I'm just glad to be out of there. So there's no looking back. It's only forward from here. So I'm happy I got those pictures too. So this is the old house rental, and then my fabulous new house. I love it. It's bigger, much bigger. It's like 2 of the rentals inside of this one. So I love it. That rental was 1,400 square foot, and this house, my house now, is almost, it's 2,500. So it's like almost 2 of those houses inside of my house. So I love it. So there is no looking back. There's only looking forward. Right, Patton? Hi, buddy. Hello, handsome boy. Oh, you're so handsome. Yeah, you're so handsome. Yeah. He is. He's a very, very, I mean, I've had black cats, but he is very handsome black cat. He's got the longest hair. He's a long-haired black cat with the most beautiful golden yellow eyes, green eyes. Sabrina's got beautiful eyes. Her eyes are orange. Never had a cat because she's orange and her eyes are, I'm serious, they're orange. It's amazing. So this is the newspaper article that was in the local paper listing houses that sold. So it's nice to have moved up in the world and have a mortgage, even though it's more than my rent, but I don't care. Oh, so my die cuts that I'm using are Hip Kit Club's Awesome Life, of course, because everything pretty much in this kit was Hip Kit Club's Awesome Life. And then Killin It is Simple Stories Kate Nash, which was left over from July Kit. And so I didn't know what else to title it, so there was in the Kate Nash, it's phrase stickers, so I went ahead and thought, well, where else am I going to use Killin It? So I decided to use that because we were killing it on the packing. Even though, honestly, I did all of the packing and I did all of the unpacking. Yes. Yepers. Thank goodness it was summer break though. At this time, school had ended, and so then my summer break began, so the true packing could. And then I stopped on the packing because we kept hitting this roadblock or that roadblock, so it was kind of touch and go on whether or not we were even going to close on the house. But a lot of praying, a lot of soul searching, and yeah, it happened, and I couldn't be happier. However, the owners and the inspector and the listing agent and my agent hid a lot of, they put band-aids over stuff to sell the house, and so a lot of that stuff is now revealing itself. So I'm kind of frustrated even in my new house, but I know that it will work out. It's just they lied about the condition of the roof, They said that it had 5 years left in it, and yeah, well, needless to say, I'm sitting with no homeowner's insurance right now because the roof needs to be done, and I don't have $16,500 to fix it. So I thought I'd had 5 years to get back on my feet from purchasing the house, and well, so I don't know what to do. It's stressing me out, but I just, keep praying about it, and something will work out. Something will work out. We'll see. Anyway, so enough on that. I love the house. I wouldn't give it up, even with the little here and there problems. Anyway, so that completes my layout, and when I have more done, I'll be back with those. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.